I will let our presenters introduce themselves.
Great. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to DCI. My name is Arlisa Williams, and I am the Senior Director of Student Life here at DCI. I'm in my 8th year at DCI, that's hard to believe, and oversee all of our athletics, all of our activities, and supervise our PE team. So I will be interacting with you all quite a bit over the course of your child's time at DCI, and welcome. And I'll kick it off to our Assistant Athletic Director, Mr. Camacho.
Hey, how you doing, everyone? Welcome to DCI, the House of Dragons. My name is PJ Camacho. This is my 3rd year at DCI, and I'm looking forward to meeting each and every one of you. And we appreciate you taking time out to come hear about athletics. And hopefully we get to answer all your questions. And welcome.
Hey everybody, my name's Austin Jacobs. I'm the athletic specialist. I have done 1 year here at DCI. Unfortunately, it'll be my last. I only have 2 weeks left here, but I'm here to answer any questions about athletics, middle school, high school, Dragonfly. We're excited to get started.
Thank you, Austin.
Hello, my name is Jen Robertson. I'm the sports performance coordinator, and I'm the one who's in charge of all the medical side of things for all the athletes that come through DCI.
Before we officially get started, I forgot to say, si hay alguien que necesita que le traduzcan, por favor, presionen el globo abajo y se van al canal que dice español. Gracias. All right, good to go.
Thank you. All right, well, tonight we are going to talk a little bit about DCI athletics. The things that we will cover are the sports offerings that we have at both the middle school and high school level. We will talk about how to get your student registered for tryouts for our sports teams, and then we will answer any additional questions that you all may have. If you all can please hold your questions until the end or put them in the chat, and Mr. Garcia will help us to sort through all of the questions to make sure that everything gets answered. The presentation should not be that long, and so hopefully we have a lot of room to answer the questions that you all may have. And so we're going to get it started. So welcome to DCI Athletics, the House of Dragons. And how come there we go. So at DCI Athletics, we're committed to providing a high quality competitive athletics program for our student athletes. We want to make sure that our athletics programs are not only about what we're doing on the plane or in the playing arena, but also ensuring that they're aligned with our mission at DCI and helping our students to achieve in the classroom as well. We think that athletics will help create a sense of belonging in our DCI community, and through the myriad of many years that I have had in athletics, we do know that it helps to develop leadership skills, teamwork, discipline, and a strong work ethic, and it's critical to the success of our students. One of the things that we find is that our student athletes at DCI tend to have higher grade averages than the general student body, and really stay focused not only on what they're doing to succeed in their sport, but also what they're doing in the classroom so that they can have success beyond DCI. We have 49 teams at DCI. I think this year we're going to get that 50 mark. The sports that we offer are here on the screen, but we offer cross country, esports, flag football, soccer, tennis, volleyball, and those are all in the winter or in the fall. And then in the winter, we offer cheer, chess, basketball, and indoor track and field. And in the spring, we offer baseball, esports again, lacrosse, softball, tennis, track and field, outdoor, co-ed ultimate, girls flag football, which is a new addition for us, and varsity rowing. This fall, we will have our high school teams. How many high school families, can we throw that in the chat? How many high school families do we have here? Because I know that we don't have very many incoming high school students. Can you put a thumbs up in the chat if you are the family member of a high school student? All right, it looks like we are all middle school. Awesome. I just had a son matriculate out of middle school here at DCI. He had a great time. Okay, thank you, Mr. Powell. So for our high school teams, just quickly, we'll have tryouts before school starts. And the reason for that is our high school teams start playing the very first week of school. We have games scheduled for them. And so we need to get them some practice reps before school starts. So we'll have high school soccer, boys and girls, that start on Monday, August 11th, as well as cross country. Volleyball will start on August 12th, high school. Girls tennis, high school, will start on August 18th, and high school boys flag football will start on Monday, the 25th. Austin, do you want to take over here for middle school so that
Yeah.
people...
So our middle school teams are very competitive, but we're also looking to add more teams this year than we ever have before. So starting the fall, maybe our busiest time of the year, we've got cross country, esports going on, boys flag football, boys soccer, girls tennis, girls volleyball. For middle school this year, we're looking to have 4 teams for girls volleyball, and for girls soccer, we're looking to have 2 teams. That way, we don't want to, turn away any athletes. We want to keep as many as possible, even if they're more on the developmental side of things. And then we're looking to have girls lacrosse for the first time. Winter is going to be cheer, chess, basketball for boys and girls, spring, baseball, esports, lacrosse, softball, tennis for the boys, boys and girls track and field, co-ed ultimate, and like I said, girls lacrosse is going to be brand new for us for DCI. So super excited about that moving forward. And yes, and save any questions for the end. I'm sure you will.
And our middle school tryouts are going to start the very first week of school. On Monday, August 25th, we're going to ask that all of the students who are interested in trying out for any of our fall teams, which are boys and girls cross country, girls soccer, boys soccer, middle school co-ed flag football, middle school girls tennis, and middle school volleyball, that very first day of school, students that are interested in trying out should come to the gym. We need to certify eligibility and check everybody's health forms. And so we're going to use that day to do that. And then the tryouts will start the very next day. I know these are a lot of dates. The slide deck is going to be shared with you all. So you can write it down. I'm a note taker, but you also will get this information at a later time. PJ, you want to talk about eligibility? All right. So we do have some eligibility requirements for all of our students. They have to have a 3.5 minimum on the IB scale from the previous quarter. All of our 6th grade students and 9th grade students, so students that are entering 6th grade this year and students that are entering 9th grade, we don't have any grades for them. So they don't have to worry about the grades this first quarter, but they must maintain a 3.5 on the IB scale to stay eligible for the remainder of the season and the remainder of the school year. The grades for this fall for our 7th, 8th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders are going to be based on 4th quarter grades from the 24-25 school year, so that school year that we just finished. And then we'll determine eligibility from there. Those students that are eligible at this time must maintain at least a 3.5 on the IB grading scale. That's about a B average on the it's a C plus average on the regular grading scale that a lot of us are used to coming from traditional schools. But the 3.5, we will check grades throughout the quarter, throughout the semester. really try to address any academic issues that we might see before the quarter or semester grades come out, so that we are proactive rather than reactive, and ensuring that our student athletes can stay on the field or on the court and are thriving in the classroom. We also expect our students to adhere to DCI's behavior policies and procedures. You have, if you have not seen them yet, you will see them. They're in the Student Family Handbook, and our policies just stay very much in line with the policies at DCI. If a student receives 3 or more referrals, that's where they get reported by their teacher or a staff member to our Dean of Students. They will be suspended from competition. And the reason for that is our students are role models. The students at DCI see them and model their behavior. And so we're setting an example for the rest of the school with our student athletes and enhancing our school culture. In addition to that, we take our students off campus on a regular basis. And if they're not doing the right thing in school, we have concerns about whether or not they will be able to do the right things out of school. So staying in line with the behavior policy is really important for us here in DCI athletics. Jen, do you want to talk about health forms, Dragonfly, all of that?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that kind of holds people up in regards to having your son or daughter participate in athletics is Dragonfly Max. And that is where we put in, that's where you guys upload all your insurance information, where you include your DC Universal Health Certificate, which is the physical, and sign a whole bunch of other forms like student conduct, where you guys can sign up for the booster club. There's a whole bunch of stuff that that needs to get done in the Dragonfly. If your son or daughter has already played a sport, you guys should already have a Dragonfly account. If you guys don't know where it is or what your account is or what email it is, email athletics@dcinternationalschool.org, and we'll be more than happy to actually get that information out to you. If you are an incoming sixth grader, or say your kid has never played athletics before, you will have to make a new Dragonfly account, which is super simple. You go log into the Dragonfly Max account, you say sign up for free, you find DC International School, and it'll kind of prompt you as to what kind of information that you need to have uploaded. Just so you guys know, on the physical, part 1 needs to be completed by you guys. I think that's one of the biggest hangups. Like, there's a part 1 where the family is supposed to fill out all the way through. It's like address, emergency contact, and parents. You also have to sign a form. This is the first section of part 1. Another big hangup on the DC Universal Health Certificate is part 4. If you want to scroll down to part 4 for me. Beautiful. So down there at the bottom, there's 2 boxes that need to get checked off. So there's that first one that says, hey, listen, this child has had a satisfactory health, or is in satisfactory health and able to participate, which is a big yes. And then cleared for competitive athletics. And then that would have to be another yes. What sometimes ends up happening is that the physician forgets to stamp, or the office forgets to do a stamp, or they forget to check those boxes, or they don't sign a date there. That'll be one of those things where we'll basically deny that physical and will not accept it until that is completed. So we do see hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of these physicals. So we do have a little sign up form for you. If your kid is interested in playing sports, I think the fall athletics sign up form is coming out soon, probably at some point this week. They will make sure you sign up, so that way I can communicate with you about anything that is missing. It's an easy way for me to kind of get a hold of you, because we'll have a big hundreds upon hundreds, and I don't know who's playing what sport at what point. So I think Brian put in the link, or somebody put in the link for Dragonfly Max. You guys will also get the information in regards to the sign up form. Anything else that I'm forgetting, Arlisa?
The one other thing is in part 2, the date of the
Yes.
health exam. That needs to be within the last 365 days. That is required by the State Athletic Association, and we have to pull student athletes off of the field once that 365 days pass. So my child's birthday, for example, is March 9th. That is in the middle of track season. And so if we don't get that physical, he misses practices and potentially competition. So you have to make sure that this date is within the last 365 days. Jen and the athletic staff will monitor that as well as the coaches. And so if we have a health form that is about to expire, we do try to give the families a heads up so that you all can get that appointment scheduled. We know that that can be challenging, especially with some insurances that, you have to have 1 year between the date of exams in order for the insurance to cover it. So we will try to stay on top of that, but you need to be mindful of that as well.
Thank you.
Would you like for me to drop the Google form for everybody in the chat as well? Or you want me to just wait out for all the everything to go out at the same time?
I think send everything at the same time.
All right, no problem.
There's a question here from Mr. Powell. Says, if I already have a Dragonfly account for my older siblings, can I add my child myself?
Each child needs a new account. So the account is on the child, not on the parent. And so if you have triplets, you're going to have to do the form, create 3 Dragonfly accounts. You can use the same email address to log in, but you're going to have to make 3 accounts for the 3 different students. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing because I don't know how to get out of this screen to get back to the slide deck. I'm sorry. Okay. Any other questions about Dragonfly?
I believe Austin, Camacho already answered, but there was a question saying, if we are only planning to do a winter or spring sport, do we need to do Dragonfly Max now or wait and create the account in advance of that season?
I personally recommend you get the Dragonfly account done now. And then when the spring sign up form comes out, make sure that you sign up, and then that way I can immediately go in and double check to make sure that everything is in line. It's a very quick, simple way for me to kind of check you right off our box of what needs to happen to make sure that they're cleared.
There's another one that says, do we need a student ID number or anything to create these accounts?
No, you do not need a student ID number. They will ask for name, address. I don't think they'll ask for social. There is a question on one of the forms that is built in there that asks for student ID. Don't worry about it. Just keep that blank. But you shouldn't need any of that.
And I can walk you through, I won't walk through the whole thing because it does take about, I'd say about 15 minutes or so to do all of the information, but to input all the information. But what you'll do with your Dragonfly account is you'll go to dragonfly.com or dragonflymax.com, dragonflymax.com, and then you will log in or sign up. And then it's sign up for free, and you're just going to put in your information. So everybody used to call me Lisa when I was little, and my maiden name is Hagen. So that's the account that we are creating here. Oh no. I'm not a robot, and submit. Yes, and this is important. You enter the parent or guardian's name when you are creating the account, not the student's name. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
I just wanted to touch on an earlier question by Elizabeth about tryouts for middle school sports. So yeah, every sport for middle school is going to have some form of a tryout. Will some sports be more competitive in the tryouts? Yes, for example, soccer tended to have the most cuts last year, but a sport like girls tennis had no cuts. A sport like middle school cross country, boys and girls had no cuts. So it just kind of depends on the year. Now, if we have 40 girls for some reason want to do middle school tennis, we probably will have to make cuts. I don't think we've had or at least I don't think we've ever had to make cuts for tennis or cross country. But another thing is we're adding those middle school volleyball teams, those developmental teams. There should be 4 teams this year for volleyball and 2 teams for soccer. So I definitely think there'll be a spot for, there are no guarantees, but hopefully there will be a spot in a athletic sport for your kid.
And we do have we have multiple levels. So most of the sports are tryouts, but we do have at the high school varsity and JV. And then at the middle school, we have the blue team. And then for boys and girls soccer, we also have a gold team. And so that's going to allow us to keep about 50 kids on those teams. In the past, we've had to tell, I don't know, 30 to 40 students that they weren't going to be able to play. So we're hoping by adding the gold teams that will alleviate some of that. We also we already have a blue team and a gold team for volleyball. We're adding a black team and a red team. That's going to allow us to keep 30 additional students. And hopefully that, like Austin said, will address some of the issues, some of the concerns that we've had with cutting students from teams. We also do have what we call academy sports at the middle school level. We offer academy sports in soccer. So that will be a 5th soccer team or a 3rd soccer team. It is co-ed. They will not have any competitions. They are just learning the fundamental skills of the game. And then at the end, they might scrimmage the blue or the gold team, but they're just going to go 1 day a week. They can come with no experience at all, and they're just going to learn the fundamental skills of the game and what it means to be a teammate. We also offer that in volleyball and in basketball. Those are our more popular sports where we tend to cut more students, and so we will offer those as well. Soccer academy will be in the spring. They typically practice in the front yard around the trees. So we're just going to pretend that those are the mannequins that we play against. And then we do volleyball academy and basketball academy in the spring. The reason for that is we have one gym and way too many teams, but in the spring we only have one team that plays indoors, and so that gives us the space to run the volleyball academy and the basketball academy. And so we will offer that option for student athletes who have never played the game before, who did not make one of the teams earlier in the year. That gives them the opportunity to prepare for the next school year. Okay, so once we get, and now I am going to go back to Dragonfly, if that's okay. Once you get into Dragonfly, you're going to be asked to connect to your school. So you're going to go in, you're going to say that you're a parent, and and then we are in the District of Columbia. And then you're going to search for DC International. And there you go. And I picked my state. And then you start filling out the form. So you're going to add your child. And my child's name is Sebastian. His last name is Williams. I'm going to call him Williams Test. And then you go through the same thing with your child. And then we pick the sport. My son is an avid basketball player. Middle school.
Middle school
actually-
basketball's up to the left.
Up to the side, yeah, up to the left, right
Thank
there.
you.
First one.
Great. And then you add the sport, you save, and then you start filling out the information. Oops. How come it's not working for me, Austin?
Submit paperwork.
No, I need to view details. So you're going to view the details here, and it's going to tell you where you need to update. So here, this is where you're going to fill this information out. When all of the demographic information is here. And then you'll also have family members. It'll have insurance information, and then we'll call it a day. You can add the physical. That's the one that Jen talked about. Here, you can add all of any medical information, allergies, surgeries, any of that stuff. You'll add here, and then we're doing eligibility for 25-26 school year. And so that is where you will begin to complete the information for, we're confirmed our sport. These will all turn green once they're completed. This will be the Universal Health Certificate. You can opt out or in to the Booster Club. You've got to do an order. I'm finding out all kinds of things. There's a student athlete agreement that talks about.
If I could jump in for a second. Also, when it says sport, if you are not sure what sport you end up will do in let's say the spring, that doesn't really matter right now. That's just to give us an idea, but that can change. So don't feel like you got to choose what sports you're doing right now.
Or you can add multiple sports.
Yes.
That too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could go in and add that he's going to do track too. Because that's what my son did. So then you can see that. And then you'll read through and check the student athlete agreement, complete the consent form, read through and sign an acknowledgement on the concussion form. All of the forms except for the universal health form, you can do right in Dragonfly. The universal health form, you will have to upload it. Dragonfly only allows you to upload one page at a time. If you have your document saved so that it's one page, then we'll see both pages. When you have it and it's 2 pages, you will upload the first page and then you will upload the second page. On your end, it is going to look like you've only uploaded whichever page you uploaded last. We can see the entire history, and so we will approve both pages on our end. Okay. And we ask that you just check back to make sure that it is approved. I know that you will have to submit your health form to DCI when you enroll your student. The front desk is going to get 1,650 health forms. They get them into the system as fast as they can, but it's a different system than Dragonfly. Dragonfly is mandated by the State Athletic Association, and we use a different system for school, for grading, for health forms, for parent communication. And so we need you to upload the health form to Dragonfly. We oftentimes get a student who says, my mom sent the health form to the front desk. We don't have it. And if we don't have it, they can't try out. We'll do everything that we can to get the form from the front desk. But when we're checking in 500 kids at a time, we don't, for tryouts, we don't have time to run back and forth to the front desk to see where the form is. So it is very important that you all enter the form here as well. Yes, it's twice the work, but if you want your students to have the opportunity to try out, the form needs to be uploaded into Dragonfly. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward once you get logged in. If you have any issues with it, you can just email us at athletics@dcinternationalschool.org, which is also on the slide deck that you will receive, and we will do everything that we can to help you. All right. Austin, do you want to talk about Community Pass? Are there,
Yeah.
do that. Are there any questions about Dragonfly? I see a lot of questions in there. Are there any other questions about Dragonfly that we may have missed in the chat?
No, you guys have answered everything. There's a
Okay.
new question that just came up. Says maybe a silly question, but I bet day one of school will be busy. Are kids supposed to go to the gym at the end of the day?
Yes, students should come to the gym at dismissal. So all of our high school students will have already checked in for and had their tryouts and practicing. And so we will just be working with our middle school students on that first day of school. There will be 4 of us who will be checking in all of our students. We can get through it pretty quickly, especially if the health forms and the Dragonfly account have already been created. And so the students should come to the gym at dismissal, and we will start looking over forms and making sure that everything is up to date in Dragonfly starting at 3:30.
And then on the question about, yeah, your kid, of course, can do more than one sport. More than one sport in a single season can get complicated. I think we had one example was like a middle school girl did tennis and volleyball, but if you're going to try to do soccer and cross country, that might be challenging, especially if you're on the A team for soccer, balancing that out. So that would be more of a case by case basis if you're trying to do more than one sport in a single season. But of course, you can do a sport every season, fall, spring, and winter.
Yes. And the some students don't know what sport they want to play. It's like I play club soccer, so I think I'm going to try out for soccer, but I want to play volleyball too, or I want to play flag football. And so we have multiple days of tryouts. So what students can do is they can go to the first day of tryout for soccer on Monday, and then they can go to the flag football tryout on Tuesday. And so we will work that out to give students the opportunity to try out for multiple teams. Okay. Austin, if you can go to Community Pass, please.
Yeah, so community pass. So that is kind of how we charge the athletic fees, is kind of a big reason why we have community pass, and also to communicate with families and like last second changes. So one thing we didn't really quite touch on when we were going through the sports, every middle school sport is charged with a $270 athletic fee. That is up to you on how you want to pay that, if it is in 3 different payments of $90, or you can pay it all up front. If you pay in 3 payments, usually if it's a fall sport, you'll get charged $90 when you make the team, $90 a month later, and then $90 after that. If you qualify for farms, it's a different price. I believe is $120 total, so 3 payments of $40. And then there's certain situations where it is free for students. If you have more questions, feel free to reach out with athletics about that. But yeah, we also use Community Pass. Everyone will automatically get a Community Pass account. You'll get emailed your information on how to complete the registration, but you don't have to go ahead and make a new one. Your information will be put in there already. There's a couple things you'll add, maybe like an additional email or so, and emergency contacts. But it's all pretty self-explanatory. Again, you get an account. The biggest thing is get an account already. with your child. So don't feel like you got to start a new one. You will get one. You'll get an email on the information of your account, if that makes sense. It's a little different than Dragonfly. It's a little kind of worked into the rest of the school automatically. Let's see what else in Community Pass, or Lisa, you feel like I should touch on? Is that
So, as Austin said, Community Pass is used whole school. It is our way to track data for all of our students who participate in clubs and activities. So if your child is on girls soccer, and girls soccer practices on Tuesday and Thursday, but they would also like to participate in all level baking and Dungeons and Dragons, all level baking on hypothetically Monday and Dungeons and Dragons on Wednesday, then you would go and sign your child up in Community Pass for the activities. When you also sign your child up for all of the academy sports. So you would sign your child up for lacrosse academy, girls lacrosse academy. You would sign your child up for soccer academy, and so you would use Community Pass to do that. You will receive instructions from Jillian Levine Sisson, who is our director of activities, leading into the school year, to tell you everything that you need to know about Community Pass. From the athletics end, once your child makes the team, our athletics staff inputs the student athlete into Community Pass. We do that so that 800 people are not signing their child up for boys soccer blue, because we're not going to have 800 students on that team. So we enter that information and then we bill you. And so you don't really have to do anything with Community Pass except for pay your bill on time for athletics. Okay.
and that'll also be last second, maybe emergency. Oh, there's lightning or thunder in the area. Game has been moved to tomorrow. That will come through Community Pass. It'll send directly to you. Put your phone number in there so you can get a text message or an email directly. If you're not sure about the weather today, if the game's going to happen, that would be how the athletics team will reach out to you as fast as we can, as well with the coach. The coach would probably hopefully send an email, but Community Pass is also we send those last second messages out.
Yeah, and the coaches also have once your child makes the team, the coaches will have a way to communicate with you and your child as well, where they can send like a group text, and it will be just dedicated to that team as well. So the coaches will have a platform that they use to communicate with the schedule, practice time, and any type of alerts or anything that might happen.
And on the back end, our coaches will also be taking attendance through Community Pass so that we know who's at practice and who is not. If your child is not at practice, you will receive a notification that they did not come to practice. And that's just for safety so that we know where all of our student athletes are and that everybody's accounted for. And for you returning parents, yes, that is something new, but we're really excited to enhance the safety of our student athletes. All right. There's a couple of other questions. Oh my goodness, I need new glasses.
So there was a question about the middle school tryouts. So middle school tryouts are the first week of school, right? So August 25th, that week?
Yes.
Okay.
How do I go backwards?
There's someone else saying that they're on the website, but they still don't see the season by season list of what is offered. Is that is there anywhere else besides the DCIDragons.com?
I will send a link to that. But we are also updating the website as well. But on the website, they do have a list of all the teams that are offered. Hold on, let me find it for you right now. Sports. So if you go to this link right here, I'm dropping in the chat right now. And then you go to, once you open up that link, right next to Dragons on the top, you press sports, and then it shows all these sports that are being offered on here. The schedules are made, but haven't been opened up to the public yet because we're still working on some games and the league is still finishing their schedule as well. But once those are completed, you'll be able to go on here as well to see the schedules. Is anybody having a hard time finding that on the website on DCI dragons.com? You just give me a thumbs up in the chat. We can definitely move forward. But also, Lisa goes back to the slideshow. There is a link there for the PCSAA schedule where we put our practice times up there as well, along with our games. I can drop a sample on what it looks like on our end so you can see it. But hold on one second. So I'm going to put in the chat, this is our direct. Yes, we definitely will share the slides. So I just put in the chat, that is our direct school page. But if you go to the pcsa.org, you will be able to see all the schools. So if you pull it up, you just look for DC International, and then it will take you, all right, yes. So this has a list of all the schools that are participating in the PCSAA conference. You'll find our school.
Hold up. That's the Public Charter School Athletic Association.
Okay, yes, Public Charter School Athletic Associations. So you will find our school, DC International. If you press it, it's going to take you to the most updated calendar. Right now, we don't have anything scheduled, but at least if you go to July and just type in all the way to the left, where it's underneath scores and standings. Yeah, there we go. Boom, and press month. Can you press month right next to week? Right there, you'll be able to see the schedule of practice times. If anything changes, you can see that it's highlighted in red. It's crossed out, and it also gives you a note too as well, where the changes will be. So this is what it looks like on your end and also on our end as well. So you'll have access to the DCIDragons.com, also the PCSAA conference, and then the platform that the coach is using as well. So you will have 3 ways to see where practice, schedules, or any type of alerts or changes.
Okay. I don't know if we're answering all the questions. Okay, so I think the big takeaways are high school sports are going to start the week of August 11th. We are going to send the information out. There's actually an email that is going to go out from DCI. Brian, thank you very much. That should probably go out tomorrow or Friday. That has all of the information that you need for fall tryouts. High school tryouts are going to start the week of August 11th. Middle school's tryouts are going to start the week of August 25th. Academy sports will start the week of September 15th. You will register for that through Community Pass. You all need to create a Dragonfly Max account if you all have not created one yet, and fill out all of the demographic information, all of the consent forms, and upload your health form. There is a fee for middle school sports. There's also, this year for the first time and moving forward, a fee for high school sports. The reason that we charge for sports is because as a charter school, we are a single system local education association, and we do not get significant monies from the state. We get per pupil dollars for the school, like all the schools in DC, but because we don't fall under DCPS, we don't get some of the additional monies. So in order to make our sports sustainable here at DCI, we do have to charge a nominal fee. And that fee is going to cover transportation for our teams when we take them to away games. Every time I put a team on a bus, it costs us $585. We play away games and home games away quite a bit. So it will cover transportation. It will also cover officials. We pay about $100 per official per game across our sports teams, except for Ultimate Frisbee. That's the spirit of the game. there are no officials. So we have to take that into consideration. We also purchase uniforms for our student athletes. They will get a home jersey and an away jersey. That happens on a 3-year cycle for each team, and the teams are on different cycles. So like this year, I think we got new tennis uniforms, new varsity soccer uniforms. Last year, we got new middle school uniforms. So they're on a 3-year cycle, but this fee also helps to offset the cost of uniforms. And we have 94 coaches that coach outside of us on the athletic staff. Many of them are teachers at DCI. Some of them are members of our community who just really want to help DCI athletics continue to grow. We pay a bunch of coaches. And so the fee for the sports helps to offset the cost of coach stipends, transportation, equipment, soccer goals, basketballs, volleyballs, soccer balls, poles, cones, etc. Um, Officials, and I think that's it. Do I have everything? Coaching stipends, transportation, officials, and uniforms. And so there is a nominal cost to play the sport. And we know that it gets pricey when you have more than one child. And we will try to help offset that again and ensure access for all of our students with farms discounts and equity assistance discounts. So, but there is a fee. And I think that's it.
I want to answer a question that I see in the chat saying, how can I confirm that I'm getting DCI emails? They thought they were signed up, but nothing is coming through. We haven't sent anything out yet through dispatch is normally what families will get, which is sent bi-weekly. We're not going to start sending those until I believe August. But we can also add you to the parent listserv. So if you have not been added, you can just feel free to email me and I'll make sure to add you to the parent listserv.
And
And I also just want everyone to know, yes, the presentation and the recording will be sent to everyone by the end of the week. So if you know families who weren't able to join, please share that link with them. And yeah, let me see, is there another question?
and Brian,
Yes.
everybody knows who you are because you are the man who runs the things. But in case you don't remember Brian.Garcia at dcinternationalschool.org, you can always email info, at dcinternationalschool.org. And that email address will be answered and your email will be sent to whatever department it needs to be sent to so that you can get your questions answered and the help that you need.
There's a question that says, does the fee for sports cover, um, um, does it cover the academy sports as well?
There's a fee for Academy Sports. It is $135 for the season at the standard rate, $60 for the season if you're farms, and it is free if you receive extra assistance. And that is a different fee than the fee for the sports teams. So if you're playing an academy sport, it's 135. If you are on one of the competitive teams that's traveling and playing outside competition, that is 270. Okay. I'm going to close the presentation. Look at all of the smiling faces.
Yeah, so we have 8 minutes left. So if there are any other questions, right now would be the time to ask. Feel free to unmute yourself as well if you'd like, if you don't want to put it in the chat.
Liza, thank you so much for your chat. That is exactly the reason that we are trying to expand our sports offerings. It's so competitive with our sports teams, and once we tell a sixth grader, "I'm sorry that you didn't make the team," it's very, very difficult to get them back. So we are working very hard to try to increase opportunities for our students. So thank you for supporting us on that. All right. Well, if no one has, if there are no additional questions, the athletic staff and Mr. Garcia will stay on the line, but you all are welcome to go enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, Arlisa. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for joining.
We appreciate y'all. Hopefully see y'all soon. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think we're good to go, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining. I'm gonna close up the presentation. If anybody who's still in here, just feel free to email me with any questions that you have, and I'll be sure to respond to you. If I don't have the answers, I'll make sure to add our athletic department. To our facilitators, thank you. Appreciate it. Take care. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Have a great year. Go Dragons.
Go
Yeah,
Dragons.
my bad for popping in and out. My phone kept dying and my car charger was not giving it the juice that it needed.